Alrighty, friends. So for today's math lesson, we are going to learn how to weigh objects using a balance. This is a balance, and okay, we will weigh a pencil, a pink eraser, and a crayon. Okay. Which of these items do you think will be the heaviest? Which do you think will be the lightest? Well, we can check that by using our balance. So the side that goes down, once I place one of these items in there, the side that goes down holds the one that is heavier, and the side that goes up holds the one that is lighter. So let's try, how about we try the pencil and the eraser. Okay, so I'll first place the eraser in our balance. Oh, so did you notice what happened there, friends? Yeah, the pink eraser went completely down. So for right now, that's showing us that that is the heavier object. Now, let's try using the pencil. Let's see what happens, friends. All right, so far of these two items, which one is the heaviest object? Well, so far we know the eraser is, right? Okay, so let's take this one off and let's try and see if the crayon makes a difference. Okay, so let's see. It didn't even move. All right, so now what we're going to do, friends, is we definitely know that the pink eraser is the heaviest, right? So now what we need to determine is, we need to determine and see of these two, which one is the lightest. Okay, so one of these is going to be a little bit heavier than the other. So let's place our crayon in here. Oh, well, look at that. So far, the crayon is the heaviest, right? But we're looking for the lightest object. Now let's try the pencil. So now look here, friends. Remember, the object that goes down is always the object that is the heaviest. The object that goes up is the object that is the lightest. And so for right now, we want to know which item is lightest. So that means that would be our crayon. So what I'm going to do, friends, is right here, I have written on my little whiteboard, lightest, we don't know what's in the middle, and then heaviest. So the heaviest, we're going to write the eraser, right? So I'm going to write, we know that the eraser is the heaviest, and what's the lightest? The crayon. Okay, so here we go. So we know that the crayon is the lightest and the eraser is the heaviest. Okay, now really quickly, I want you to look at our balance. Okay, what do you notice about our balance when there isn't nothing in it? What do you notice? Look right here. Yeah, it's leveled. That means both sides are of equal weight, right? Both sides are of equal weight, so they're balanced. So now what we're going to do, friends, is we're going to take some pennies, and we're going to try and find out how many pennies it will take to balance our lightest object. So here is my container, and it's full of pennies, but I don't want to tip it too much because I don't want them all to fall out. But I'm not going to take this whole thing and put it in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to count. As remember, it's kind of like when we do morning meeting. As I drop 1 penny at a time, that's when you guys count. Okay? So I am going to, so right here, friends, I want to show you. Right here, I have a form. Okay? And the form reads, I weighed something. Okay? It weighs something pennies. Okay, so the very first thing I said we're going to weigh is the what? Yep, the crayon. So what I'm going to do here is so hold on. Now remember, Mrs. Harlow is not an artist, so please do not judge my drawing, right? Be kind to Mrs. Harlow. All right, so friends, here is my crayon. Okay, so right here I'm going to write I weighed. I'm going to write a crayon. Okay. So I'm going to put the crayon on the left. Okay, so remember, friends, that left is green. Well, let's see. Left is green and right is red. So I am going to put the lightest object. I'm going to put the lightest object on the left, on this one here. So I'm going to put the crayon right here because it's the crayon that was the lightest, right? And then I will place the pennies on the right side. So I need you to count with me so we can try and figure out how many pennies it takes to balance the crayon. So here we go. So count with me. 1. So keep an eye over here. Remember, when it's balanced, it's right here, right smack in the middle. 2. Whoa. It's pretty close, friends. Let's look at it. Well, let's try one more penny just to see. What do you think? Yeah, 3 pennies is way too many. So let me take one of those pennies out. And let's wait till our balance stops moving. So how many pennies did it take to balance the crayon? Yeah, you are correct. It took 2 pennies. 2 pennies to balance the crayon. All right, so next, let's see. We know that the crayon was the lightest. We know that the eraser was the heaviest. So what object did we weighed in the middle? What object was it? Ta-da! It was the pencil. Okay, so right here, I'm going to write in the middle. Okay, so that means that the pencil weighed between, it wasn't as light as the crayon, but it wasn't as heavy as the pencil. Okay, it was right in the middle. Okay, so here I wrote the pencil is in the middle. So now we're going to try and find out how many pennies it's going to take to balance the middle. Okay, so I will put the middle object, which is our pencil, on the left-hand side. There's our pencil. And of course, I have to draw my pencil, right? Okay. Here's my pencil. Hold on, I'll show you in a minute. And my pencil, friends, I've been sharpening it for quite some time, so it's kind of a short pencil. Okay, so there's my pencil. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and figure out how many pennies it takes. So go ahead and count with me. Okay, don't count ahead. Let's see how many pennies it takes. All right, so here we go. 1. Hasn't really moved, friends. 2. Uh-oh, it really hasn't moved. 3. Is it balanced yet? Not quite. 4. Let's look here. Is 4 balanced? Well, I would say here is right in the middle. So what do you think? Absolutely. So yes, it took 4 pennies to balance the pencil. All right, so let's take that off. Now, friends, it is time for us to balance our pink eraser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this cute little eraser. Okay, so hold on just a second. All right, so I'm drawing it. Sometimes when you use marker, if you draw a crooked line, it has to stay crooked because you can't erase it. Okay? So I am writing pink eraser. Okay. So there it says, here's our pink eraser. Okay. Right there, super awesome. Okay. And it says, I weighed a pink eraser. And of course, we're going to put it on the left-hand side. Oh, yeah. All right, and look at how heavy that is. Let's determine how many pennies it is going to take, friends. So here we go. Count with me. 1, 2, yikes, nothing's happening. 3, 4, 5, it's just starting to move. 6, 7, oh, it's beginning to move even more. 8, 9, what do you think? Does that look balanced yet? Not yet. 10, oh, let's see. Oh, let me look. It's just a little tad off, friends. It's not completely in the middle. It's kind of gone over. So that means this side is too heavy. So I'm going to have to take 1 penny out. And let's see what happens. Oh, but yet, you see, if we remove 1 penny, it is still not balanced. So let's add that penny again. All right, let's look. All right, friends, so it looks like we're going to have to stay right there because that is pretty much, that's the closest we're going to get to it being balanced, okay? So do you remember how many pennies there were? 12? I don't think there were 12. Let me take this off and see how many pennies we have, okay? So let's try it one more time. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's see. Nope, it's not quite ready. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we're going to have to leave it at, I'm not sure, friends. Hold on. Let's see if this didn't move on us. Okay, let's see. Let's take one out. Okay, we had 10, so let's see what's happening. We want to be pretty accurate, guys. So having 9 pennies in there, it still isn't balanced because you see how on the left, the heavier one is here. And when it's lightest, it's up. So let's try. Let me add this 10th penny. So that's the one we're going to have to go with, friends. That's going to be kind of like the closest thing that we can get to. All right. So for our pink eraser, I am going to write that it took us 10 pennies to balance it. Okay. So now let's go ahead and I'm going to find an object here in my kitchen. I'm in my kitchen, guys. So let's see. What could I choose? Well, you know what? Look here. Let me show you this. This is a super duper cool light that I use. Let me see if I turn off the lights, you can see it better. See that? Okay, so this here, friends, is a light that I use for my pumpkins. Okay, so when I cut up my pumpkins and they become jack-o'-lanterns, I use this little light. Okay, so it's pretty awesome. So we're going to weigh this to see how many pennies it's going to take us to balance my light. So I'm just going to just going to make it a circle because that's what it is. And then in the middle, another circle. Kind of looks like a donut. Ooh, I love donuts. And then 3 little lights in the middle. Okay. And this little thing here, that's the on and off switch. So I'm going to call this we can call it a strobe light. I'll just say a light. Okay, so it's a type of light. So I'm going to place it on the left-hand side. Ooh, that's super duper heavy. And please count with me how many pennies we are going to need. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, nothing, friends. 4, 5, 6, oh my goodness. 7, 8, oh my. 9, 10, oh my. 11, 12, it's starting to move. 13, 14, 15, 16, let's look. What do you think? Oh, it's not completely balanced. We have 16 in there. Let's see if one more will do it. 17. So let's look once. Oh, no, friends. 17 is way too many. So hold on. Let me move that over. Yeah, let's try. Let's remove one. And we're at 16. So it looks like that's going to be the closest to balancing it, friends. Okay, so we are going to write that, well, you know what, let me move these over just a tad, because this could be something that's causing it not to balance. So yeah, that's going to be the closest, 16 pennies. All right, there we go, 16 pennies. And so my pumpkin or jack-o'-lantern strobe light took 16 pennies. So there you have it, friends. So today we were able to determine what was lightest, what was the heaviest, and what was in the middle. And then we were also able to balance things using pennies. So that was super awesome. All right, so while I move, now I have to go into my office. So while I'm getting everything prepared to go over to my office, I want you to get your 39A guided class practice, and I'll meet you in a minute. Okay? All right, friends, be right back.